whole different sound. Hi, my name's Adrian Whyte. You've probably seen some of my videos. If not, doesn't really. Why do I always say that? That's not even a good tagline. It's not like I'm going to put that on a shirt, is it? Really? Maybe. No. Anyway, you would have seen some. Hopefully, you would have seen some of my other psychobilly videos. There's definitely a real need for more of those. So I decided to do another one. Sorry, I don't do them very often. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, I don't do them very often. Yeah, just a quick history on myself. I don't think I've really done that so far. I played in a band called the Vaudevillains. I got into psychobilly when I was about 17, and I started my own band when I was 18. And by the time I was 21, we'd gotten onto like national radio and toured and played. Our band got to play with Tiger Army and Necromantics, and I later joined a band called the Manic Pistoleros, who got to share a stage with Mad Sin. We got to do a lot of cool stuff, and yeah, I'm not just a bedroom guitar player, although I play in my bedroom quite a bit. So anyway, getting to the point of why we're here today. Today I actually wanted to touch on learning, or basically the ingredients that go into psychobilly riffs. And to my ear and knowledge and understanding, it's based around chords. You know, if we go through a chord scale, I can show you some really simple ways to put together some really cool progressions. So what I'm going to do today is go through a chord scale, two chord scales more or less, and show you how you can turn it into really useful, really cool progressions. So this is what I'm going to teach you. Basically, we're going to go like this. Okay, now that's called a root 5 because it's all from the 5th string. A root 5 minor chord scale. A chord scale, very simple. Take a scale. That's the steps of the minor. It goes of a minor scale. So we've got open string. We move up what we call a tone, which is 2 frets. Semitone, which is 1. Tone, which is 2. Tone. Semitone. Tone. Tone. So the tone is the movement, the jump, how far we're jumping. So that's a minor scale, even if you play it straight across. Alright, so I'll go through that again. So open, 2nd fret. Actually, I'd rather tell you the tones because then you can take it from anywhere. So open, move up a tone, 2 frets, remember? Semitone, 1 fret. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone. That's a minor scale. What we're going to do now is add chords to each one of those steps. So we've got A minor, B half diminished. Alright, you should know A minor. There'll be another video somewhere that's going to teach you that chord. This one's a bit of a bummer. So second. Well, actually, it's awesome. I love this chord. I wouldn't call it a bummer. Sorry, B half diminished. B, F, A, and D. If you don't know your notes, 2nd fret on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the 4th string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Bar across to get the 5th string and the 3rd string sorted out with that 2nd fret. Put the 2nd finger on the 4th string and put your 3rd finger on the 2nd string. Like that. Major chord. C major. Don't know it? Look it up. Oh, alright, I'll show you real quick. 3rd fret. So starting from the 5th string, remember these are all root 5. 3rd fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, bar. Or flatten it to get all 3. If you want this note, you need to bar and probably do it this way. 2nd finger on the 5th fret, 3rd finger. They're all in the 5th fret. There's a major chord. Root 5. This is the main note, not this one. I do like this note as well. Sounds fat. So I dig it. Move up 2 frets, minor chord. Okay, don't know this one? Well, listen closely. In this scenario here, 5th fret, 7th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, bar to get the 5th fret here as well. Remember, these shapes are movable. Get a pencil, draw the shape if you don't know it. But don't worry about numbers because you want to be able to move it around. Alright, you want to remember the shape. So we've got major, minor. We learnt half diminished. You probably won't need to use that one. In Dead March on the Vaudevillains second album, Welcome to the Neighborhood, I do use that chord in a song and it sounds awesome. I was like, yeah, that sounds really cool. It's like, use it in a different context, but I use it nonetheless. Check it out or buy it. If you, yeah, just buy it. Just send me money. Anyway, so we're up to this chord. So again, these are the steps, right? Chords. Alright, hopefully you can see what's going on now. Up to the 7th fret, and we do a dominant 7 chord. Don't worry about that string because we can use it in this case but not in every, so let's just forget about it. So that is bar across, 3rd finger on, in this case on the 9th fret of the 4th string, and pinky on the 9th fret of the 2nd string. So the 3rd string, we're getting that fret there, which from a major, that's a major, right? That's a dominant 7. Okay. Then we move up 1 fret and we get to do major again. You've already learnt this. Move up 2 frets, major again. Showed you that before. And then minor. So practice this. Don't stress about that chord. Oh, my mistake. Oh, glad I don't play in James Brown's band. I would have got docked. Okay, so there is the minor chord scale from the 5th string. All of these chords can be played in a 6th string variant. So for example, what we would call a root 6 variant, being that we can play it from the 6th string. So for example, the A minor, you can play it like this. The F, for example, this F major, you can play. So let's have a look at how we can play these from a root 6. But what I'll do is I'll teach you an E, playing from the E. Actually, let's do it from the F. So we're going to do an F chord scale here, F minor chord scale, F minor. So we would play, think of an E minor chord. Yeah, you must know that one, surely. Move it up 1 step. First finger has to bar to compensate for that movement. Here's our first chord, minor. Go up a tone, half diminished, which is, we're just going to do it on these 4 strings, 6, 5, 4, 3. Flatten, but play the 4th fret on the 5th string. Just like that. Bit of an ugly chord in this spot. Anyway, 3rd fret now, because remember we went tone and then a semitone. Major chord, minor chord. So the major chord here, just like the minor we played here, but add your 2nd finger on the 3rd string, so that goes 4, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4. And that finger's barring the 4 and 4. Then we move up and we do a minor again, just like the first chord. Okay. Then we got 2 more frets, and we've got the dominant 7, which is like the major we played here. Okay, so hopefully you drew that if you needed to, like the major, but lift up the pinky. Okay, how useful is that? Fairly. 1 step, major, another step, major, or tone, sorry, I should say. So we've gone from half a step, semitone, major, tone, major, and then back to F minor. So that's like going, but with chords. So that's what we're doing. That's a full, and that apply. You can do that from anywhere as long as you remember the step order. And the variations of the chords from a root 6 or a root 5. So I know I'm moving really quick, but hit pause, watch over it again. The information it's there just okay. But anyway, now actually utilizing this is really, you can use all of these chords however you like. For example, I was playing. Now I was doing some other things, but we're not really worried about all the fun, cool stuff. Who wants to do that? Everyone. But we'll get to that. You want to know the basics first. So I was playing A minor. Now remember we went way up to that F. We we know we can do an F, but I just use the F here. The point is that I know I can use an F because it's in that chord scale. Except I'm really just using a power chord. I mean, I like the sound of the bar chords too though. And then you'll remember I did this. So that was the third chord in our step. And then I went to G, which we can do there. So A, F, C, G. Okay. So you can do whatever you like. You can go. So it's really, yeah, it's quite fun. If I was to do it from the other chord scale I showed you from F minor. Yeah, that one there sounds just too muddy for this. Yeah, further up it's okay if I had to use it, but yeah, just forget I did that. I didn't like that. So this stuff, by the way, it's very modern psychobilly. You know, I think Necromantics and Tiger Army, you know, and the early stuff used it as well. But it's a bit more. I listen to more of the modern stuff. So apologies if you were here looking for Guana Bat stuff. But you know, I've got some other videos I think that have a little bit of that. Maybe not. Who knows? So the last thing I wanted to touch on in this video was that. I've shown you like a basic rule for those chord scales. Two things. You can move them around entirely. So take your F, play it from G. Oh. Not enough room there. It's, you know, I mean, I'm not going to spoon feed you every detail, but wherever you play these from, you can move them around. Let's say we go from D minor. Instead of from A minor, let's go from D minor, D minor. Half diminished, F major, G minor, A7, B flat, C, back to D minor. Of course, if you're playing from root 5, like I was saying before, you can jump back to a root 6 chord in the same, you know, take the same chord and move it. So if we're going to go C minor, and then we're going to go F minor, we could always go C minor, F minor, okay? And then A flat, G7. We can also just play a G minor. We don't have to play that G7. At the 5, so getting back to our first scale, you could also play it as a minor. If you want that, you know, it's up to you. Which takes me, which is a nice segue, I'm really glad the way that worked out, to the next point, which is that as much as you've got a little bit of structure there, you can do what you like with them. We can take A minor, and then we can play C major, then turn to C minor. We might not play C major at all, we might go play C minor as well. Just mess with it, mess with the system. Yes, I know I just introduced something new. You might be able to work it out yourself, but I'm not going to get into it, what I was just doing there. But yes, you don't have to use those rules, but they're a good guide, and then messing with them is great because you know you're doing it. So, perfect example, if we go to what before was a minor chord, we could change that, make it a major chord, just to see how it works. I love that. That's really, really cool. So basically what we've gone through there is, here are a bunch of chords that you can use. This is a chord scale. These are chords that will all work together in the family of a minor key, or for example we did A minor, we did F minor, I moved it up to G minor and showed you those steps again. But you don't have to stick to those rules, but it's a great guideline, and it's certainly more interesting than just playing like a blues progression or just using open chords. So if you don't know your bar chords and you want to play really interesting stuff, you kind of want to use your bar chords, I believe. Anyway, thanks for watching. it would be great if, you know, people jumped across and checked out my solo stuff. Adrian Whyte, just look up my name, I don't know. I have a Reverb Nation page, that's probably the best way, and some stuff on iTunes. But also the vaudevillains stuff, yeah, it definitely helps if people get onto that. But otherwise, you know, look, it's a free lesson, and I hope you really enjoyed it and got something out of it. So comment and share it, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy anyway. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already.